Let's be honest, we are all drowning in waste. It's this massive global crisis that feels, well, pretty much impossible to solve. But what if the answer isn't about building bigger landfills, but about using smarter data? Today, we're going to dive into a company called Recyclium. They're trying to build the digital rails for a true circular economy, and they think they can turn our entire waste problem on its head. So, just to get a sense of the scale we're talking about, every single year, humanity produces more than 2 billion tons of solid waste. That is the mountain we have to figure out how to move. And look, this isn't just about trash bags and landfills. This has a real, devastating human cost. 9 million people die every year from diseases that are directly linked to pollution. It's a massive public health crisis that's basically hiding in plain sight. On top of all that, the way we consume things is just completely out of whack with the planet's ability to heal itself. We're using up natural resources 60% faster than the Earth can regenerate them. I mean, we're writing checks that the planet simply cannot cash. So you see, these aren't just random, scary numbers. They're all symptoms of the same core problem. Our take-make-waste economy is fundamentally broken, and our planet is the one footing the bill. Now, we've been trying to fix this for years, right? With all sorts of recycling programs. So why are things still such a mess? Why are our current systems failing so badly? Let's take a look at the old way of doing things. Okay, so one of the big policy ideas you hear about is called Extended Producer Responsibility, or EPR for short. And the idea is simple. Governments are telling the companies that make the products that they're also responsible for dealing with them at the end of their life. It sounds great, right? A perfect idea, in theory. But the execution, that's been a whole other story. And this is exactly why traditional systems, things like deposit return schemes, are often called structurally unfit for purpose. They depend on these incredibly expensive, clunky machines. They do a terrible job of coordinating between you, the consumer, and the actual recyclers. And, this is the big one, they offer zero traceability. Producers are paying into these systems with absolutely no idea if their stuff is actually getting recycled. When you put the old way and the new way side by side, the difference is it's night and day. The old way is all about high physical costs, fragmented systems, and zero data. The new way that Recyclium is proposing, it's a low-cost app that connects everybody. The old way has no traceability. The new way uses a blockchain for tamper-proof verification. And this is where Recyclium enters the story. It's been designed from the ground up to be the digital fix for all those failures we just talked about. See, their core insight is that this isn't a materials problem, it's a data problem. At its heart, what Recyclium has built is a digital platform that finally connects all the dots. It combines that end-to-end traceability with automated incentives to make recycling easy, efficient, and, yeah, even profitable for everyone in the chain. I think the absolute best way to think about it is like this. It's a digital GPS for every single piece of waste. It maps out the most efficient route for a product to get back to a recycler. And the blockchain part? That acts like a digital toll system, verifying every step of the journey and paying out rewards to everyone who helped it get there. And going digital first has a truly massive impact. By ditching all that clunky, expensive hardware, Recyclium's system is 90% cheaper and an incredible 10 times faster to set up than those old-school deposit return schemes. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work for, a regular person? Let's walk through the journey of a product, step by step. It's actually surprisingly simple. First, the company that makes the product puts a unique QR code on it. When you're done with it, you just scan that code with the Recyclium app on your phone. The app then points you to a local drop-off spot. Could be your corner store, for example. They scan it, and bam, you get your deposit back instantly. And now that item is tracked all the way to the recycler, with every single step verified on the blockchain. Look, having a cool solution is one thing, but for it to really make a difference, it has to be able to scale. And to do that, you need a solid business model. So, how does Recyclium actually make money and turn this whole thing into a sustainable company? Their model is really straightforward, and it's built for growth. They have two main revenue streams. First, producers pay an annual fee to license the platform. And second, Recyclium takes a 10% handling fee on every single deposit that moves through the system. So as more products get tracked, their revenue just grows automatically. Now, the company is being really smart about where they start. Priority number one is vapes and e-cigarettes. So why vapes? Well, two big reasons.
First, there's immediate regulatory pressure, like the upcoming ban on disposables in the UK. And second, it's a huge opportunity to recover the valuable lithium that's inside all those batteries.
Next up on their list, lead-acid batteries. This is a massive $1.2 billion market where, get this, a mature recycling system already exists. Recyclium can just slot its digital tracking system right on top of it and add immediate value and traceability. And their third priority is chemical containers. Now, this one's a B2B market, which is smart because it means there are fewer players to coordinate. Plus, it gives them a shot at recovering high-value materials like steel and aluminum, which makes the economics really, really attractive. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. This financial forecast shows a really clear and frankly rapid path to being profitable. After a couple of years of investment, the company is projecting a positive EBIT, that's earnings before interest and taxes, of over $3 million in 2027. And this chart, well, it tells the growth story even more clearly. You can see revenues are projected to climb from basically nothing to over $26 million by 2028. This isn't slow, steady growth. This is the kind of explosive potential you see when a scalable software solution hits a massive underserved market. But what's in it for the producers who have to pay for this system? Well, get this. For just a single hypothetical vape producer, Recyclium projects a combined 5-year benefit of over 112 million euros. That comes from better customer retention, new data they can monetize, and reclaimed materials. It makes adopting the system a complete financial no-brainer. So in the end, Recyclium's entire model really comes down to this one simple but incredibly powerful idea. What if we gave every single product its own unique digital identity? It leaves you with a pretty big question to think about. If every can, bottle, and battery could tell us its story and find its own way home, could we finally actually turn the tide on pollution?